Welcome back to Time's Enigma, the channel where history's mysteries and tomorrow's questions converge. In this episode, we're setting our sights beyond our skies, embarking on an extraordinary journey into some of the most intriguing and debated UFO incidents from across the globe. From the enigmatic deserts of New Mexico to the shadowy depths of England's forests, we explore events that have not only captured our imaginations, but have also challenged our understanding of reality. In this special episode, we'll dive deep into the legendary Roswell incident, glide over the Phoenix Lights, and tread cautiously through the Rendlesham forest enigma. We'll listen to the harrowing experiences of Betty and Barney Hill, decode the Belgian UFO Wave, uncover the mystery of the Kecksburg object, and ponder over Travis Walton's extraordinary tale. These events, shrouded in mystery, beckon us to ask questions that have puzzled humanity for ages. Are we alone, or is there more to our universe than we currently comprehend? Join us as we peel back the layers of these timeless enigmas, seeking clues in our quest to understand the unknown. Let the journey begin. We'll start in the sweltering summer of 1947, where an extraordinary sighting occurred in the remote deserts of New Mexico, near the small town of Roswell. It was an event that would spark one of the greatest mysteries of the 20th century, igniting a story that endures to this day. Local rancher William Brazel discovered unusual debris scattered over his land, fragments unlike anything he had ever seen. The material was strange, metallic sticks, foil reflectors, and other mysterious fragments that defied conventional explanation. The Roswell Army Airfield, home to the 509th Bomb Group, the world's only atomic bombing squadron at the time, quickly became involved. They issued a press release stating they had recovered a flying disc, a statement that sent shockwaves across the nation. However, this narrative was abruptly retracted. The military declared it was merely a downed weather balloon, a mundane explanation that did little to quell the growing speculation. In the ensuing years, witnesses came forward with tantalizing testimonies. Some claimed the debris was not of this world, suggesting a cover-up of an extraterrestrial spacecraft. Others spoke of mysterious figures recovered from the crash site, fueling rumors of alien bodies being whisked away by the government. The incident was largely forgotten until the late 1970s, when ufologists reignited interest, challenging the official story and accusing the military of a cover-up. Declassified documents in the 1990s revealed Project Mogul, a top-secret mission using high-altitude balloons to spy on Soviet nuclear tests. The government asserted that this project accounted for the Roswell debris, yet many questions remained unanswered, fueling theories of alien visitations and government conspiracies. To this day, the Roswell incident stands as a symbol of the unexplained, a tale of intrigue that continues to captivate. Was it merely a secret military project or something far more extraordinary? The truth remains elusive, buried in the sands of time, and shrouded in layers of mystery. The Rendlesham Forest incident of 1980, often hailed as Britain's Roswell, is a captivating tale of unexplained phenomena that continues to intrigue and mystify. It unfolded over a series of nights in late December, near the twin NATO air bases of RAF Bentwaters and RAF Woodbridge in Suffolk, England, which were leased to the United States Air Force. On December 26, 1980, military personnel observed strange lights descending into the nearby Rendlesham Forest. Thinking it might be a downed aircraft, a team led by Staff Sergeant Jim Peniston was dispatched to investigate. They found a metallic, triangular craft with hieroglyphic-like symbols on its surface, unlike anything they had ever seen. As Peniston sketched the craft, he noted the eerie silence that enveloped the area, broken only by the crackle of their radios. Suddenly, the craft lifted off the ground without any sound or air displacement, vanishing into the night sky at an impossible speed. The next day, they found 3 small impressions in a triangular pattern and burn marks on the trees at the landing site. 2 nights later, the UFO returned. Deputy Base Commander Lieutenant Colonel Charles Halt led a team into the forest, equipped with radiation detectors and recording equipment. Halt's team observed a mysterious, pulsating light moving through the trees, as well as a brilliant star-like object that broke into several smaller objects, moving at high speed. Halt recorded his observations on an audio tape, which later became a crucial piece of evidence. The tape captured the awe and confusion of the men as they tracked the unexplained lights. Analysis of the tape revealed heightened radiation levels at the landing site, further deepening the mystery. The U.S. Air Force's official explanation was a sighting of a nearby lighthouse and bright stars, a claim met with skepticism given the military experience of the witnesses. In subsequent years, documents have been released, but they've done little to provide a definitive explanation, leaving the Rendlesham forest incident an enduring enigma in UFO lore. Next, we have the Betty and Barney Hill abduction of 1961. It stands as one of the most extraordinary and well-documented cases in the annals of UFO encounters. It all began on the night of September 19, 1961, when the Hills were driving back to Portsmouth, New Hampshire, after a vacation in Niagara Falls. As they traveled through the White Mountains, they noticed a strange light in the sky that seemed to move erratically, sparking their curiosity. As the light approached closer, Barney, using binoculars, observed what he described as a large, silent, and hovering disc-shaped object with multicolored lights and what appeared to be rows of windows. In a state of alarm, he drove away hastily, but both he and Betty soon experienced a buzzing sound, which seemed to cause a tingling sensation and a state of altered consciousness. When they regained full awareness, they found they had traveled nearly 35 miles with no memory of having done so. Arriving home, they noticed several puzzling phenomena. Their watches were stopped, the car had mysterious shiny circles on the trunk, Betty's dress was torn, and Barney's shoes were scuffed inexplicably. Betty, troubled by vivid dreams of the encounter, decided to report the sighting to the Pease Air Force Base. Their report was forwarded to Project Blue Book, the U.S. Air Force's UFO research project. Meanwhile, the Hills sought medical help to recover from the psychological distress caused by the event. Under hypnosis, conducted by psychiatrist Dr. Benjamin Simon, both Betty and Barney recounted a similar extraordinary story of abduction by non-human beings. They described being taken aboard the craft, separated, and subjected to medical examinations by beings they described as not human. Their descriptions of the aliens were consistent: humanoid figures with large eyes, grayish skin, and bald heads. Betty even drew a star map under hypnosis, which she claimed was shown to her during the abduction, depicting the origin of the beings. This map was later claimed to closely match a real star system, adding another layer of intrigue to the case. The Hills story, first publicized in a Boston newspaper and later in a book and a television movie, became a seminal case in UFO lore, the first widely publicized report of alien abduction in the United States. To this day, the Hill abduction remains a compelling mystery, a blend of unexplained evidence and extraordinary testimony that continues to fascinate and puzzle. The Phoenix Lights of 1997 stand as one of the most famous and widely viewed UFO sightings in modern history. On the evening of March 13, 1997, thousands of residents across Phoenix, Arizona, and surrounding areas witnessed an extraordinary and unexplained display in the sky. The event began with reports of a massive V-shaped object as large as several football fields, gliding silently over the state. Witnesses described the object as having distinct, evenly spaced lights along its leading edge, emitting a soft, glowing light that illuminated the structure of the craft. Its size and silence were particularly striking. It seemed to defy the laws of physics as it moved steadily across the sky. The first calls to local authorities and news stations came in around 8 p.m. as the object was observed traveling from the northwest towards Phoenix. By 10 p.m., the skies above Phoenix were lit by a series of stationary lights, forming what appeared to be a hovering formation. These lights remained visible for several minutes, attracting widespread attention before extinguishing in a sequential pattern. Video footage of these lights, captured by both professionals and amateurs, quickly proliferated in the media, sparking intense public and media interest. The official explanation from the military was that the second set of lights were flares dropped by A-10 Warthog aircraft during a training exercise at the Barry Goldwater Range. However, this explanation did not account for the large, V-shaped object reported earlier in the evening. Many witnesses, including the then governor of Arizona, Fife Symington, were unsatisfied with this explanation. Symington, who initially ridiculed the event, later admitted to having seen the craft himself, describing it as otherworldly. The Phoenix Lights incident spurred a flurry of speculation, theories, and debates. It remains one of the most enduring UFO mysteries, notable for the number of witnesses, the duration of the sighting, and the public impact it had. Skeptics and believers continued to debate the nature of the lights. Were they merely military flares and an aircraft formation, or was it something more mysterious? The Phoenix Lights remain a captivating enigma, a phenomenon that captured the gaze of a city and the imagination of the world. The Belgian UFO Wave, which spanned from 1989 to 1990, stands out as one of the most remarkable and well-documented series of UFO sightings in history. It began on November 29, 1989, when numerous people across eastern Belgium reported seeing a large triangular flying object with bright lights underneath and at each apex, moving silently through the sky. The sightings rapidly multiplied, with over 2,000 reports being logged over the ensuing months. The craft was consistently described as exceptionally large and capable of hovering motionless in the air, as well as making rapid, noiseless maneuvers at high speeds, defying known aviation capabilities. One of the most compelling aspects of this wave was the involvement of the Belgian Air Force. On the night of March 30th, 31st, 1990, following numerous reports of a triangular UFO, F-16 fighter jets were scrambled to intercept and identify the phenomenon. The pilots reported radar contact with an object that exhibited extraordinary flight characteristics, including rapid acceleration and changes in altitude. However, each time the F-16s attempted to lock onto the object with their onboard radar, it would change its position and speed dramatically, eluding interception. The radar tapes of these engagements were later released to the public by the Belgian Air Force, adding a layer of official documentation to the case. The Belgian government, taking an unusually open stance on the matter, collaborated with civilian UFO research organizations to investigate the phenomenon. This cooperation was unprecedented at the time and lent a degree of credibility to the investigation. One of the most iconic images of the Belgian UFO wave is a photograph taken in Petit-Rechin, showing a triangular craft with lights at each corner and a central light. This image was later analyzed by various experts and deemed unexplained. Despite extensive investigation, the Belgian UFO wave remains unexplained. Skeptics suggest that these sightings were the result of mass hysteria, misidentification of aircraft or satellites, or hoaxes. However, the consistency of the witness reports, the radar confirmations, and the lack of a conclusive explanation keep this event firmly in the realm of UFO lore. To this day, the Belgian UFO wave stands as a pinnacle of unexplained aerial phenomena, a series of events that challenge our understanding of the skies above. The Kecksburg UFO incident of 1965 is a profound and enigmatic event that continues to stir debate and curiosity. On December 9, 1965, residents of Kecksburg, a small village in Pennsylvania, witnessed a brilliant fireball streak across the evening sky. This fireball was not isolated to Kecksburg. It was seen by thousands across at least 6 U.S. states and Ontario, Canada, leading to widespread media attention. As the object descended, witnesses in Kecksburg described it as acorn-shaped, about the size of a Volkswagen Beetle, bearing strange hieroglyphic-like markings on its surface. It reportedly crashed in the woods outside the village, prompting immediate curiosity and concern among the local populace. Witnesses reported that the area was swiftly cordoned off by U.S. military personnel who descended upon the site with remarkable speed. This rapid response fueled speculation about the object's origins and nature. Locals who had approached the crash site described the object as partially buried in the ground, but they were quickly evacuated by the authorities. By the time journalists and other onlookers arrived, the area was secured with no access permitted. Rumors swirled of a large flatbed truck leaving the site later that night, possibly carrying the mysterious object covered by a tarp. The official explanation provided by the U.S. government was that the object was a meteorite. However, this explanation was met with skepticism by many, given the descriptions of the object's controlled descent and its physical characteristics, which were uncharacteristic of a meteor. In the years following the incident, various theories have been proposed, ranging from a downed Soviet satellite, a secret U.S. military project, to, of course, an extraterrestrial spacecraft. Investigations by journalists and UFO researchers have yielded documents and witness testimonies, but the U.S. government has remained largely silent on the matter beyond its initial explanation. The Kecksburg incident remains a captivating mystery, a blend of eyewitness accounts, government secrecy, and unanswered questions. It continues to be a topic of fascination in UFO circles and a poignant example of an unexplained event that captured the public's imagination. Finally, we have the Travis Walton abduction of 1975, which is one of the most controversial and well-known cases in the annals of UFO phenomena, primarily due to the extensive witness testimony and the ensuing media attention. On November 5, 1975, in the Apache Sitgreaves National Forest near Snowflake, Arizona, a logging crew of 7 men witnessed a startling event that would catapult them into the center of a UFO controversy. As the crew was driving home after work, they encountered a luminous, saucer-shaped object hovering over the ground. Travis Walton, one of the loggers, exited the truck, driven by curiosity, and approached the object. To the horror of his colleagues, a beam of light from the UFO struck Walton and he was thrown to the ground. Believing Walton to be dead and overwhelmed with fear, the crew fled the scene. When they returned with law enforcement, Walton was nowhere to be found, sparking a massive manhunt. Suspicion initially fell on the crew, with speculation of foul play. 5 days later, Walton reappeared, disoriented and with a fragmented memory of what had occurred. He recounted being aboard the UFO and interacting with beings that he described as non-human with bald heads and large eyes, reminiscent of the popular image of Greys in alien lore. Walton's story included descriptions of being on a craft with advanced technology and unfamiliar architecture, and of being subjected to a medical examination by these beings. His account was met with skepticism but also fascination, becoming one of the most prominent stories of alleged alien abduction. All of the crew members, including Walton, underwent polygraph tests, and the majority of the results supported their account, adding to the complexity and mystery of the case. The Travis Walton incident has been the subject of books, documentaries, and the 1993 film Fire in the Sky, though the film took significant creative liberties with the story. To this day, the Travis Walton abduction remains a highly debated and enigmatic case in UFO history, with skeptics questioning the veracity of Walton's account, and believers citing it as compelling evidence of extraterrestrial contact. Thank you for joining us on Time's Enigma for this journey through the unexplained and the mysterious. If you're fascinated by the mysteries of the universe and enjoy delving into the unknown, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons, as well as turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss any of our future explorations into the world's most intriguing mysteries. If you have thoughts, theories, or just want to share your experiences, leave a comment below. We love hearing from our community. See you on our next journey.